They say you never forget your first love. And that might be true, but what they never tell you is that your second love, that's the one that really matters. Because by the time your second love arrives, you're no longer naive, you've been broken. You've seen the worst of love, the silence, the betrayal, the empty promises. You cried on the bathroom floor, you've questioned your worth, you've picked up the pieces of a heart someone else dropped. So when your second love walks in, they're not just meeting the happy parts of you, they're meeting the scars. And somehow they choose to stay anyway. This is the love that comes after the lessons, after the loss, after the soul searching. And that's why your second love isn't just another chapter, it's a real beginning. Your first love is like a firework, bright, intense, unforgettable, but often short-lived. It teaches you how to fall, how to give your heart without holding back, how to dream, how to hope, how to believe. But it also teaches you how it feels to break, to ache in silence, to lose something you thought would last forever. And when it ends, you're left standing in the wreckage, confused, hurt, questioning everything you thought love was. That's where your second love becomes everything. Because second love doesn't crash into your life with wild promises. It enters slowly, like sunrise. It doesn't need to impress you, it wants to understand you. It listens to the pain in your stories and doesn't flinch. Second, love doesn't ask you to forget the past. It gently helps you rebuild from it. It's the love that teaches you that you're not too much, that your heart isn't broken beyond repair. That love can be safe, kind and calm. You stop chasing intensity and start craving intimacy. You stop needing someone to make you feel alive because now you've already survived. This is the love that helps you breathe again. That teaches you how to love yourself while loving someone else. It's not just healing, it's transformation. And that's why second love isn't just important, it's essential. Your first love always feels like magic. It sweeps you off your feet, takes over your world and makes you believe that love is supposed to feel like a constant rush. It's all-consuming, loud and dramatic. It teaches you how to give, how to open your heart fully and how to imagine a future with someone else woven into every dream. But as beautiful as it is, your first love often comes before you truly understand yourself. You give too much, too fast, because no one warned you about how painful it could get. You think love is supposed to be dramatic, filled with tears and passion, not realizing that it's not love if it hurts more than it heals. And when that first love ends, it shatters something inside you. Suddenly the songs sound different. The places you used to visit together feel haunted. You lie awake, wondering if you weren't enough or if they were never right for you in the first place. The heartbreak doesn't just break your heart, it breaks your trust, your innocence and sometimes even your identity. That's the part no one prepares you for. First love leaves a scar that's both beautiful and brutal. It's a reminder of how deeply you once felt and how deeply you were wounded. Then comes the second love. It doesn't burst into your life like lightning, it shows up quietly, almost like a whisper. At first you're skeptical, you learn to protect yourself, you built walls, you flinch at affection, question sincerity and fear being vulnerable again. But this love doesn't rush you, it stays, it waits, it understands that you're not the same person anymore. Your second love sees the damage and instead of walking away, it sits beside you in the dark. It doesn't ask you to be perfect, it doesn't try to fix you. It respects your journey and gives you space to breathe, to heal, to trust again, and slowly your heart starts to soften. The walls begin to crumble, not because you're being forced to lower them, but because for the first time it feels safe to do so. This love teaches you that love isn't supposed to hurt, It shows you that love can be gentle, that real love doesn't shout, it listens. It doesn't demand, it gives. You realize that love isn't about losing yourself in someone else. It's about finding someone who encourages you to find more of yourself. Someone who joins you not to complete you but to grow with you. Second love makes you grateful for the pain of the first. Because without it, you wouldn't know how to appreciate this kind of softness, this kind of honesty, this kind of peace. It's not about fireworks anymore, it's about warmth, it's about home. And when you feel that kind of love, you finally understand your first love taught you how to fall. But your second love, it's the one that teaches you how to rise. Second, love is not loud, it doesn't arrive with a whirlwind of emotions or blind passion, it doesn't come to sweep you off your feet or fill your head with fantasies, it comes after the storm, after the tears, after the deep, painful silence of a broken heart. That's what makes it so powerful. It walks in just when you think you'll never be able to love again. Just when you've accepted the idea that maybe love isn't for you, and then quietly it begins to show you something new, something real. You see, by the time second love arrives, you're different. You've been through the emotional roller coaster of the first. You've loved hard, you've hurt harder, and through that pain, you've grown. You're no longer looking for someone to fill the emptiness inside you. You've learned to live with your shadows, to carry your own weight, and to breathe even when it hurts. You've learned to stand on your own 2 feet. And because of that, second love doesn't come to complete you, it meets you whole. This is the love that doesn't try to fit a fantasy. It's grounded, it's mature, it understands that people are flawed, and love isn't perfect. It doesn't run from you, scars it, recognizes them. It sees the cracks in your soul and doesn't try to seal them with sweet words. It just sits there with you, in the quiet, in the real, in the truth. Second love understands that healing isn't linear and trust isn't automatic. So, it doesn't demand, it doesn't pressure, it simply gives. You no longer seek chaos, you don't want drama, you're not chasing someone who gives you butterflies and sleepless nights, you're craving peace, stability, presence. You want someone who shows up not just when things are exciting, but when they're difficult. Second love is about showing up every day, choosing each other even when it's hard, even when it's boring, even when life gets messy. It's not about grand gestures, it's about the small things, the way they remember how you like your coffee, the way they text you just to say they're thinking of you, the way they hold your hand in silence when you're overwhelmed. It's about how they make space for your feels without making you feel weak, how they respect your boundaries without making you feel guilty. This love is quiet but steady, soft but strong. And here's what's most beautiful about it. The second love doesn't try to erase your past. It doesn't compete with the love you lost. It simply coexists with it, acknowledging it as part of your journey. This love doesn't ask you to forget, it asks you to feel again, to trust again, to believe that love can still be beautiful even after heartbreak. You begin to realize that this is what love is supposed to be, not overwhelming, not obsessive, but kind, supportive, safe. It's the love that reminds you it's okay to be exactly who you are. It encourages you to grow, not because it demands more from you, but because it believes in your potential. It celebrates your individuality instead of trying to mold you into something more convenient. Second love challenges the way you used to think about relationships. It makes you more aware, more present, more intentional. You're not trying to win someone over, you're not afraid of being left behind. There's no game to play, no mask to wear. You love differently now, more mindfully. You know your worth, you know what you deserve, and you refuse to settle for less. It's not that you don't feel passion, you do, but it's deeper now. It's rooted in respect, in emotional safety, in genuine connection. You stop needing constant validation because this love makes you feel secure even in silence. There's no fear of sudden endings, no anxiety about being replaced. You finally feel free to love without losing yourself. With second love, laughter feels purer and conversations feel real. then conversations feel real. You talk about your dreams, your fears, your pain, and you're met with understanding, not judgment. You're not afraid to show your vulnerability because this time, love feels like a safe place to land. And maybe the most important part, second love teaches you that love isn't supposed to complete your story. It's supposed to walk beside you. As you write the rest of it, it doesn't ask you to dim your light, it encourages you to shine brighter. It's not a cure for your wounds, but it's a companion through your healing. It's not a destination, it's a partnership, a shared journey, a quiet agreement to grow together day by day. When you finally experience that kind of love, you stop chasing intensity and start valuing consistency. You stop asking, do they love me? And start feeling, I am loved. You realize that second love may not be the beginning of your story, but it might just be the love that makes you believe in happy endings again. Most people spend their lives chasing the feeling of first love, the butterflies, the spark, the excitement. They mistake chaos for passion and unpredictability for romance. We grow up thinking love is supposed to feel like a storm, something that consumes us, shakes us, and leaves us breathless. So we keep looking for that high, that intensity, that dramatic connection that makes us feel alive. But after you've been through heartbreak, after you've cried in silence and rebuilt yourself piece by piece, you realize something powerful. Real love doesn't need to knock you off your feet. It should ground you instead. Second love, true love is different. It's not about chasing a feeling, it's about building something real. With first love, everything feels new and exciting, but it's often built on illusions. Who we want them to be, not who they truly are. We fall in love with potential. We ignore red flags, thinking they're just signs of passion. We confuse being needed with being loved. But when that love falls apart, we're forced to see things clearly. And when you finally find love again, real, mature, steady love, you realize how much better it is to build a foundation than to ride a roller coaster. This kind of love doesn't rush. There's no urgency to prove anything. It grows slowly, deeply, steadily. It's the kind of connection where you don't need to constantly wonder where you stand. You don't need to overthink every word or every message. You don't feel like you're walking on eggshells or competing for attention. You feel seen, you feel heard, you feel understood. That's the difference. Second love isn't just about chemistry, it's about compatibility. It's not about losing yourself in someone, it's about finding someone who helps you become more of who you are. It's about two individuals who respect each other's individuality and still choose to walk together. You both carry your past, your lessons, your pain, but you carry them gently. You hold space for each other's history without trying to rewrite it. You love without possession. You care without control. And maybe the most important shift, with second love, you stop expecting perfection. You know by now that everyone comes with flaws, including you. But instead of running away at the first sign of difficulty, you choose patience, you choose understanding. You realize that love isn't measured by the number of days you feel euphoric, but by the days you choose each other despite the challenges. You find beauty in the ordinary, in the quiet mornings, the shared meals, the little routines that build a life. This is the love that teaches you emotional maturity. You learn that communication is more important than assumptions, that forgiveness is stronger than ego, that vulnerability isn't weakness. It's the bridge that keeps you connected. You stop expecting love to fix you. Instead, you value love that holds you steady while you fix yourself. That's a powerful kind of support. Not someone who saves you, but someone who stands beside you while you save yourself. And it's not always exciting in the traditional sense. There are no dramatic arguments, no games, no manipulation. And strangely, that's what might make it confusing at first. You're so used to chaos, you start to wonder if peace is boring. But with time, you realize peace is what your soul was craving all along. You realize that real love feels like safety, not adrenaline. It feels like a calm mind or a racing heart. And you begin to fall in love with the softness, the stillness, the security. Second love reminds you that love is not something that just happens, it's something you create every day. Through words, through actions, through showing up when it's easy and especially when it's not. You learn that intimacy isn't just physical, it's emotion. It's in the way they remember the things you said weeks ago. It's in how they hold you when you're anxious. It's in how they protect your heart even when you're not looking. This is the kind of love that deepens with time. It doesn't fizzle out after the honeymoon phase, it grows roots and it becomes your safe place, becomes your home. And maybe the most surprising part, you stop needing validation from the world. You stop posting to prove you're happy. You don't care about showing off. You care about showing up because this love isn't for display, it's for depth. It's not for likes, it's for life. You begin to redefine what love means to you. You realize it's not about who makes your heart race, but who makes your mind rest. Not who makes grand promises, but who keeps the quiet ones. Not who says all the right things, but who does the right things, consistently, lovingly, honestly. And in the end, you stop chasing the love that excites you and you start choosing the love that builds you. So, what is second love really? It's not just another relationship, it's not a rebound, it's a rebirth. It's the moment you realize you survived, you made it through the nights you didn't think you'd ever stop crying. You picked yourself up from the floor when no one was watching. You stitched your heart back together with trembling hands and now you're not desperate to be loved. You're ready to be loved right. Second love is the reward. It's life saying, I know it hurt, but here's what you deserve. And when it finally arrives, it doesn't shout, it whispers, I'm here. You're safe now? So if you've been hurt, if you've been broken, if you loved and lost and doubted whether your heart could ever feel whole again, let me say this to you with absolute certainty. You are not hard to love. You were just loved by the wrong person. Second love shows you that. Second love proves that your scars aren't flaws, they're proof of your strength, proof that you felt deeply, lost deeply and still you remain open. Still you're brave enough to try again, that's not weakness, that's power, that's courage. You see, first love is a lesson, but second love is a choice to believe again, to love smarter, to love stronger, to love yourself in the process. And maybe you're not there yet, maybe you're still healing, still doubting, still waking up with memories of a love that left you hollow. But I promise you this, when the right love comes, you will not have to beg for it. You will not have to shrink yourself to keep it. You will not be exhausted trying to feel enough. Because second love does not punish you for your past, it embraces it, It sees you fully, your light, your darkness, your chaos, your calm and says, yes, I want all of it. That's the kind of love you wait for, that's the kind of love you choose. Not because it's perfect, but because it's real, because it grows with you, because it walks beside you, not ahead of you, not behind you, with you. So if you're listening to this and thinking, will I ever find that? The answer is you will. But first you must become that love for yourself. Fall in love with your own strength, with your resilience, with the way you keep going even when it's hard. Stop looking for someone to fix you. Start becoming someone who's already whole. And then, when the time is right, second love will walk into your life not to rescue you, but to walk beside the person you've become. You won't settle this time. You won't confuse chaos for passion. You won't hold on to someone just because they say the right words.